ceremony. Councillor Long.
That council approved Mayor Cox, or delegate, to attend and participate in the Northern Lakes College 2016 Practical Nurses Capping and Pinning Ceremony being held in Slave Lake on June 2nd, 2016.
And it will have to be the delegate because I'm not here on June 2nd.
So if you're not here, is there value in going, because aren't we there the day before at the graduation and the nurses are part of that graduation ceremony? This is just an additional ceremony for the same, so is there value in being at two?
I don't think they're there for the graduation. This is theirs. This is their capping and pinning.
Separate.
I thought they were part of that, plus this is
They absolutely do take part in the convocation the next day. This is a ceremony just for the nurses, but the next day they also participate in the convocation.
Councillor Gilroy?
Knowing that I believe this is important, I would suggest that if council does want someone to be there, I will do it without cost, because my wife's a nurse and I've worked in the hospital system and I really firmly believe in the nursing profession. I will do it without cost of any sort. I will do it for free. Represent the county.
Mayor Cox?
I do not agree that you should do it at no cost. This is the town of High Prairie is a business, and we do not expect staff to do anything for free. We don't expect counselors to do anything for free. When we do something that is an honorarium, we would at least give you mileage and meal to go down there. To say at no cost, it is a cost to you personally, and I don't agree that people should not be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses.
Councillor Danaka?
Personally, I think it's Councillor Gilroy's choice. If he's designated to go and he chooses not to charge, that's his choice.
Councillor Gilroy?
Is there any problem if I forget to put in the expenses for it?
That's your choice.
Any other comments?
Do we know if we have any nurses from High Prairie that are graduating?
Yeah, I don't think we know.
Would that make a difference to your choice?
I want to show the medical community that we are also very much investing in them. Especially if we are fighting for more staff here in the hospital, if we are fighting for improved services, things like that. I want to make sure that we are well represented and not just people in Slave Lake. I want them to recognize us on the map.
Councillor Panasic?
I'll just mention that the college moves their convocation around. They spread it between 4 locations, so it goes in a cycle now, and they've got Slave Lake, High Prairie, Peace River, and High Level. So they move it between those locations. I don't know if the other towns are sending their mayors or delegates to some of these once they're moved around. I believe from the ones that I've been at, both convocations and I haven't been to a capping and pinning, but I would think it's the same, that it's usually the mayor for the community that it's in. I have not seen mayors from other communities. They may attend and just sit in the audience, and I don't know about that, but they don't give a speech or a presentation at them.
Councillor Courtley?
Are we being asked to give a speech?
No, just to attend.
Oh, just to attend, just to be there? Okay.
Usually they'll ask us to speak right in the...
Is there? Yeah, the letter just thinks
It sounds like they're just asking us to attend. I think this is just sort of being polite. We're invited to a lot of things, and it's our option whether we feel like we need to go. Councillor Gilroy?
I think we actually probably spending a little too much time on this. In my opinion, I think the question really comes down to is, does this council want someone there or not? And if so, I'm willing to go.
Call question.
So we're voting for approval of sending somebody to go? All those in favor? Opposed? Municipal Affairs Regional Training Session. Do we have a motion on the next one?
I just don't remember for the actual convocation.
Councillor Tanaka.
The council approve of any council member wishing to attend the municipal regional training sessions on June 7th, 2016, being held at the Elks Hall.
Did we ask for this training, or is this they're going around doing training? Any questions? Councillor Tanaka.
Again, there's no cost related to this in the motion.
So is that just assumed once we approve it, then it's an honorarium?
Okay.
Any questions, comments? Mayor Cox.
Is this the elected officials for the new councillors training?
Nancy?
Oh.
This is for all the council.
When is the training for the councillors, for the new councillors?
I gotta set that up.
Oh, okay.
I did talk to these people today, and they said not a lot of elected officials come, but they really encourage them to. A lot of it's for staff, but they really want elected officials to come and get the extra training.
So it's for like grant applications, filling up like some of their forms, things like that? Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ones.
There's some really good stuff here.
Right?
I just asked council if we are gonna attend, if it's passed, to notify Nancy, because she has to register the courses.
Councillor Gilroy.
Do we have to actually let her know which of the sessions we're going to, or just for the day?
No, let her know the session.
No, she said I can just, it's a very generic, and then you can just go to which ones you want.
Good.
Okay, all those in favor? Carried. Special meeting. Do I have a motion? On page 106. Is that what we're not, are we on that?
What's the Eastern
The day before June 21st.
June 20th is a Monday.
Danielle's here the day after, right? And that's why
Yeah.
you had wanted
Yeah, she's
that?
on the 21st.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. We don't have very many opportunities to be prepared for a meeting with Minister.
It should be a long meeting, but we should have a motion.
Okay, do we have a motion? Mayor Cox.
The council approved the date of Monday, June 20th, 2016 to hold a special meeting of council to discuss changes in the Municipal Government Act.
Okay. Mr. Martinson?
What it is I basically discussed a couple items, changes to the MGA. What we should be looking at is maybe install in there that, churches are exempt, but if they're being rented and not actually owned on title, that could be one of the items that we could bring up. That goes along with schools also. Schools are exempt, but they also are renting from a property owner, so we should be asking, yeah, that they are included in the tax roll.
Is that credit union building not included, just because it's being used for a school? As soon as it's used for a school,
It's exempt.
it's exempt, oh, okay.
Councillor Gilroy?
Actually, can we assume that if we do pass this, it's a 7 o'clock meeting? Because there's no time on this one. And I really would like to, if we pass it, I want to know what time we're looking at here, because we've had meetings at noon, and I want to just make sure I know what time.
Can I make an amendment to 7 p.m.?
Any other comments? All those in favor?
I guess I do have a comment. I just got thinking about that is, are we setting the time, or is that with being done by, I guess I'm wondering if it's the minister doing that.
No, this is our meeting.
Yeah. Oh,
The other ones are all set up, and it's 1 o'clock.
I'll be bringing back ideas from the
Oh, they're probably both good things to have an opportunity to review ahead of time. Okay, reports. Mayor Cox.
I have attached my report and I move to receive it for information.
Anybody have any questions? All those in favor? Councillor Danaka.
No report.
Councillor Gilroy.
I've got mine attached as well, and so
Anybody have any questions for Councillor Gilroy? All those in favor? Councillor Long.
Again, just for a reminder for our bylaw committee, and Councilor Danaka reminded me I need to set up a date so that we can do our next bylaw, and Arlen as the alternate, I'll let you know as well, so that nobody can do it. So I haven't got the date yet, that will be coming. Watershed meeting is coming up again, but I wasn't able to attend the last one, which was the AGM, which was on the Wednesday. My health I'm dealing with it. So that's all I've got.
Councillor Gilroy.
I'm just wondering if Michael, if you were at liberty or would like to share any of the good news of what's happening with the birthday year
The
committee.
The Sesquicentennial Committee is really moving forward. We've got some really great ideas happening, and there was great dialogue. I think what we'll hope to do is move it out of council chambers so it's a little more relaxed, not quite so intimidating for some of the other council members, or non-council members, I suppose, the committee members. And so, aside from that, we've got work being done from McIntyre to right over there to the Esso, and fine folks at Pops have also jumped in now for working on the Esso lot, and so Ron Shunter is in discussion about that. So it's coming along, and the people are excited, and we have lots of things on the go. It's big, because we're going for a full year, and each month we'll have some sort of celebration, but that again is networking with the different community groups out there that want to take on a special event for that year. So it's going to be great, and more good news to come. That's all I have. I move my verbal report for information.
Questions? All those in favor? Councillor Panasic.
No written report, but a really quick verbal report. Other than the meetings that we were all at, I did attend a couple of meetings with Heart River Housing. There was a policy meeting and then a regular board meeting for those. Policy meeting is, I think we might be in like another 4 months, might be through their policy manual, believe it or not. It's been a long road, but been reviewing them. It's been a task. Coming out of the Heart River Housing meeting, not really much to report. Everything like the audit and looking good. Yeah, nothing more. They've got the meeting with the minister coming up in a couple of weeks. And other than that, that's it.
Mayor Cox.
Could you give us some information on the conference that you went to in Montreal, was it?
Yeah, I talked a little bit about it at the last meeting, but it was the Canadian Housing Renewal Association, sort of the federal one. And there was quite a few of the members there and quite a few from other housing authorities from Alberta, so it was some good networking there. Some of the key things for me that came out of it was just, how to build these projects, and especially when we're sort of in the designing of what we're doing now, when you see what's working and you talk and you visit some of these other housing associations and you see how they're housing them and how they've built in commercial properties and how they're mixing social housing with regular rent, and if it's working and stuff. So it was fairly interesting in that. And Montreal had a lot of, they're very high tech in at least what they showed us, and the ones that they showed us in how energy efficient they are, and geothermal heating for these new social housing units and stuff. So that was fairly interesting that they can afford to do that on social housing. But it seems to be working.
One other question, what's happening with the project on the extended living and the standalone building for, pardon?
For Fox Creek.
No, the one that was presented here.
That's going to the minister for, it's one of the top three. I better be careful. They're putting forward 3 of their top priorities to the minister, and then they're going to mention the other projects, but the focus, and they've developed a really nice package. We actually, spent a lot of time developing the minister's package. And so Fox Creek is one, High Prairie is one, and when I say High Prairie, it's specifically the mixed market one that they're looking at, not the seniors one. It's the other one, so that we can start selling off the properties that are in here. So that is it's one of their top priorities. So we'll have to find out if it gets approval from the minister, but that's the pitch that's being made in 2 weeks.
So when we meet with Danielle and the seniors minister, are we looking for the extended care wing on Pleasant View? Because I've had seniors ask, are we doing anything for the level 3 extended care?
We absolutely are. That is one of the other priorities. I forgot the third one. The third one is to try and get some money to maintain the facilities that we have. Because one of the things that's happening is the government is pulling back their funding to keep those properties maintained, and right now a lot of that maintenance is falling on Heart River Housing to do. It's not coming from the government, which makes no sense because it's the government's building and they're not paying to maintain their own buildings. But Heart River Housing is doing some of that just to keep those housing units going. So that's the third priority. But going back to your question, absolutely, that's one of the other priorities. But when the committee, Heart River Housing Board, sat down, those were the 3 that they came up with. Not that the extension is forgotten about, it just wasn't one of the top 3.
The top 3 is the mixed market project, the Fox Creek, and what was the third then?
Funding for their existing units.
Funding for maintenance
yeah.
Of the seniors or of the community housing?
Both.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next set of 3 is the extended care?
Yeah, there's about 4 other projects listed in there. There's the one extended care here, there's one in Falher, one in Valley View, but Valley View is really low priority because they're getting that new facility being built right in behind the Tim Hortons. So that one's really a low priority, but they listed the other priorities out there.
That one behind the Tim Hortons is a P3?
I'm not sure. It's being built by the private companies, like it's West Point, Points West, sorry.
Points West. That's the same one as in Slave Lake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I move my report for information.
All those in favor? And just my report. My report is attached. Anybody have any questions? I move my report as for information. Oh, you, Councillor Courtly. Oh my goodness. How did?
You do that all the time.
Jeez. Sorry. Brian talks so long that he just sort of.
I know. I haven't attended any
No,
other.
just a minute, we have a
Oh,
motion.
sorry.
I'll rescind my motion for now, and then you can go ahead and I'll do it in order, I guess. Go ahead.
Either or.
No, it's fine.
We've had a busy month. We've gone to a lot of meetings, and I've been to the same meetings you guys have been to mostly. So I haven't gone to any other meetings. In fact, I missed one I should have gone to. So I have no other report to say. Everybody knows where we've been.
So that's really not a report. We don't have.
Really
to
not a report. Just an update. Sorry, I moved my update for information.
That's gonna mess them up.
I know.
I don't think she can.
I know, I'm kind of sitting here, what do I do?
Okay, move my
his
verbal report
report.
for
Alright.
information.
All those in favor?
Oh, you should have let him stew over. You know what, it's Thursday, you go.
Okay, and I have my report attached, and I move my report for information. Any questions? All those in favor?